What is up, guys? Welcome to my story 4 of Starkid's Nightmare Time reaction. I know the name of this one. This is going to be Time Bastard, which makes me really excited because, just judging a book on its cover or a short on its title, I'm going to assume it's going to be one of two things: either time travel, which I love. It's just such a neat concept. I love when it gets explored. Or timelines, which is also really kick-ass. We might actually get some information about the Hatchetfield universe, like Black Friday and the guy who didn't like musicals, if they truly are different universes, different timelines, different dimensions. I don't know. God, I love these so much. But regardless of what it is, I know it's going to be great because it's Starkid and these Nightmare Times. So far, 3 out of 3. They've all been really, really entertaining. I was leery on Zoom readings kind of going into it, completely without reason, I see now. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into Time Bastard. Oh my god. God, I have so many theories of what I hope this is going to be like in my head.
Time bastard, you got someplace else to be. Maybe some other time, maybe somewhere far from me. I know it's you I'm thinking of. Only one bastard. Got no time for love. You run around with no regret or ounce of shame.
Oh, goddamn. She's so good.
You run around. You think you're fixing
Weird.
it all the same. You're a masterful criminal, but the bastard has time to fall. Keep running away, keep running away, you bastard, you bastard, keep running away. Time bastard, keep running.
This is really impressive. Oh my god! Sleazeball Joey is the time bastard.
Everyone agrees. It was a lovely service. Now, the reception buzzes with the newlyweds' family, friends, loved ones.
Another marriage?
And that one
What?
gross guy from Paul's work. Paul and Emma had expressly not sent this man an invitation. They assumed some sense of shame would keep him away. After all, who would have the balls to show up to a wedding completely uninvited? Ted Spankowski, that's who.
So, oh my
He never
god.
misses a wedding.
Okay.
Weddings are romantic. The perfect place to get some action.
So Paul and
He
Emma are
spots a
getting married
promising
again.
mark and puts
And yet
on that
another
old
hatchet.
Spankowski charm.
Damn, girl. You're looking real sexy in that getup. Weddings, huh? Nothing makes me hornier. How about the two of us sneak off and find someplace private where we can perform our own marriage of sorts? Your ring. My finger.
Oh no.
Huh? What do you say?
She stares back at him.
Are you seriously trying to pick me up at my own wedding? You are such a fucking creep.
I'm a fucking creep? I'm a fucking creep for thinking that the bride looks beautiful? You know what, Emma? You don't have to be so nasty, all right? You could have just said, no thank you, Ted, and I would have been fine.
He takes his business elsewhere, only to hear,
No, thank you, Ted.
Come on, Charlotte!
My husband's right over there, Ted. And why do you want to try on my wedding ring anyway?
Debonair lines are just wasted on you, aren't they?
My debonair lines.
that's only strike two. He's not out yet. He sleazes his way over to...
Sylvia, from the top floor. You know what? You can get on top of me whenever you want.
Ooh.
You know what I mean, cowgirl?
No.
If my man saw you talking to me like that, he'd kick your head.
We got a problem here, Spankowski?
Oh no.
Bill Woodward appears and puts his arm around top floor Sylvia. She swoons.
Oh, Billy.
How the hell did this happen?
Right? Good
Having
for
struck
Bill.
out,
Good for
Ted
Sylvia.
pouts in the corner with
Good for
another
them.
sad, pathetic bachelor.
I can't believe it. Everyone is getting laid tonight, but me. This wedding is bullshit.
You're telling me, brother.
Professor Hitchens takes a sip from his beer.
You know what you should do if you're lonely? Get a robot. An Alexa, maybe. Siri will talk to you all night.
At the sound of her name,
Oh,
Hitchens'
my
Siri
God.
chimes in.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Not now, Siri. You little vixen. Later, my dear. Later.
Yeah, but you can't have sex with a robot, dude.
That's where you're dead wrong, bucko. A little imagination and some elbow grease. You can have sex with anything. Doesn't even have to be elbow grease. Google do. Life finds a way, my friend. Life finds a way.
I don't get it, Hitch. I used to love going to weddings. Bunch of horny, jealous bridesmaids looking for love and settling for a sloppy sad bang in a cheap hotel room. It was a magical thing.
Maybe when you were younger, but that well has run dry, my friend.
Wow.
Everyone's coupled up. And where does that leave men like us? On the sidelines, but with nothing but our regrets and our memories of the good old days in that beat-up old house on the edge of college campus.
Yeah, I remember college. Things were different back then. I was different. Not the tornado of sexual charisma I am now. I was even in love.
Oh my God.
Real love. With a real woman. I mean, that's how I viewed her. As a person. Not just a collection of curves and crevices. Jenny. My Jenny. The best friend I ever had. But I was a wimp. I never even told her how I felt.
Aww.
I remember the night I lost her for good. October 17th, 2004. I was in my apartment, trying to build up the nerve to make a move, you know, with a little liquid courage, right? Guess I had one too many and passed out. Alone. I got a letter the next day. It was from Jenny. Turns out she was in love with me too. Said she couldn't see me anymore. It was too painful. Some guy was bolder than me. Asked her to move him with him to Clivesdale, so I never saw her again. I lost the love of my life to some pushy asshole. So I became that pushy asshole.
God.
And I never looked back. Until now.
Well, you can't change the past. Something like that happened to me once. Me. And Chad.
I don't give a fuck.
Ted pushes his way to the front of the line at the open bar. He yells to the guy.
How
serving
does
drinks.
Joey do it?
Hey, pal, give me a vodka.
Bartender pours him a glass. Ted glares.
The bottle, buddy.
He grabs the whole bottle of Smirnoff, then finds a nice empty table to wallow in self-pity.
That
Ted
is not
polishes off his
Smirnoff.
fourth drink.
Look at everyone. Having so much fun. Such a fun time.
Over the sound system, the DJ announces,
All right, everyone. We'd like to invite the newlyweds to the dance floor for their first dance as husband and wife.
the
Yeah.
crowd goes wild while Ted pours himself another drink.
Has anybody seen the groom?
Guests look all around. No one can seem to find where the happy husband has run off to. Then Ted spots Paul a few tables over.
Hey, Paul.
Rather than heading for the dance floor, Paul rushes to Ted.
There you are! What are you doing here?
He grabs Ted by the arm, pulls him out of his seat, and starts dragging him toward the cheering crowd.
I don't want to watch you dance.
Come on, Ted! She's waiting for you!
They push their way through the throngs, then, rather than stepping out himself, Paul pushes Ted onto the dance floor. Ted is baffled. Then, when the bride turns toward him, he freezes.
Oh no.
Ted Spankowski stares into the eyes of the woman he lost 15 years ago.
What? Jenny?
She stands there in her wedding dress, blushing.
Hey, Teddy. Wow. Here we are.
Huh?
Ted stares in disbelief, trying to piece together what on earth is happening. He looks around, bewildered. As he does, he picks up on tiny inconsistencies. Had the balloons always been that color? Hadn't Paul been wearing a tuxedo? Then he notices the banner hanging on the back wall, the one that once read, "Congratulations, Paul and Emma." His eyes nearly pop out of his skull. It now reads, "Congratulations, Ted and Jenny." The bride steps toward Ted and takes his hand.
Okay, just remember the lessons. One goes here, and you lead.
A soft, soulful song, a love song, begins, and the two sway back and forth.
Jenny. Am I dreaming? Are you real?
Ted, you didn't have one of my cousin's edibles, did you? We were gonna take those together.
For the first time in a long time,
Oh no.
Ted feels tears stream down his cheeks.
Jenny. It's our wedding. I can't believe it. You're so beautiful.
Oh no, it's not
I
real.
love you so much.
Oh, this is gonna be
He
brutal.
clings to her desperately. He feels her weight in his arms.
Oh
Feels her breath
no.
on his neck. This is no dream. Jenny is there with him. He stops dancing. He just stands there, holding her.
Okay, Teddy. I'll lead.
Soon, the song ends and the crowd goes wild. Their family and friends envelop the happy couple. Mr. Davidson slaps Ted on the back.
Congratulations, Ted.
Paul gives a big thumbs up.
You're the man, Ted.
Later, Ted sits in the place of honor with his bride, finishing off a piece of wedding cake.
I
As in
want to
other
love them together, but I refuse to
Teddy,
believe it's gonna last.
Tonight has been everything I always dreamed.
From under the table, Jenny takes out a present, wrapped in glittering yellow paper. She hands it to Ted.
Here,
What's this?
a little something for you.
Ted tears through the paper to reveal an ornate golden cube. It has bizarre patterns crisscrossing its 6 sides.
What is it? A box?
University of Michigan Rubik's Cube.
The Bastard's Box.
Ted looks up. Jenny is gone. So are all the wedding guests. Paul is silent. Rotten food sits on abandoned plates. The fresh roses in the centerpieces have all turned black. Standing on the dance floor is a solitary figure. It wears a baggy, furry bodysuit. It's yellow and matted, dirty, stinking. Worst of all is its head. A motionless, demented goat mask. It has glassy, evil eyes, a slack jaw with big crooked teeth, and a flopping, wet tongue. Ted nearly falls from his seat in terror.
What?
The thing points to the box in Ted's hand.
That's where I keep all my little toys, Teddy Bear. Toys like you.
Where's Jenny?
Tick-tock, Teddy Bear. Tick-fucking-tock.
In an instant, this creature disappears from the dance floor and slams onto the table, inches from Ted's face. Dinnerware shatters beneath its hooves. The nightmare goat grabs the front of Ted's jacket and lifts him into the air. Ted stares into its dead eyes.
I'm coming for your ass, Teddy Bear.
Ted screams and screams until Paul puts a hand on his shoulder.
Hey, Ted.
Ah, Christ. Oh.
Ted whirls in his seat, spilling the cup of vodka he's holding. It soaks the front of his shirt.
God.
Would you lay off the booze, buddy?
Paul?
Ted looks around. The reception hall is full once more. The banner on the wall again reads, "Congratulations, Paul and Emma."
Oh, shit.
What happened to Jenny, Paul?
Hey, I got a favor to ask. I forgot to hand in my weekly reports on Friday. Do you think you could run back to the office and slide them under Mr. Davidson's door? I do it myself, but it's my wedding night. I know you're not here with anybody. And you're making some people uncomfortable, including Emma. So, could you be a pal?
Ted blinks up at Paul, then looks at the bottle of Smirnoff. It's nearly empty. Was it all a dream? A hallucination? Ted lurches to his feet, drunk and sad.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Really? That's news to me.
Paul takes the bottle from Ted and pats him on the shoulder.
I called you a car. Thanks for coming, Ted.
Later, at the deserted CCRP building, Ted rummages through Paul's workstation, trying to find his weekly reports.
Where are they? God, Paul, you're fucking useless. Gotta print them all out all over again.
He stumbles into his office and pulls out the documents on his computer. He clicks print and leans back in his chair.
Come on, stupid printer. It's just black text. Why does it take so damn long? I'm gonna be here for 85 years. 85 years.
In a drunken stupor and an incredibly comfy chair, Ted can't seem to keep his eyes open. He drifts off into a deep, dreamless sleep. Time passes, and the world moves on as Ted Spankowski lays in his office snoring. He's ripped back to waking life by his phone's blaring alarm.
Huh?
He blinks, completely disoriented by his surroundings. It's his office, but in his current state, he fails to notice the hanging cobwebs or the thick layers of dust. The previous night returns to him piece by piece.
Oh no.
Right. I fell asleep. Ah, shit. Whoa, it is Monday. Stupid Monday meetings, right?
He lumbers to the door, turns the latch, but finds it won't open.
Hey, what the hell? Come on!
He jiggles the knob to no avail. The thing's jammed.
Damn door!
He kicks it, then backs up and slams into it with his shoulder. Once, twice, and crack! It flies open. Outside his office, dozens of CCRP employees look up from their holopads and stare at Ted, faces full of puzzlement. He shrugs.
Sorry. It sticks all the time.
All at once, the employees turn back to their work. Ted closes the door. As he does, he notices the jagged nails jutting from its side. That's why it wouldn't open. Some practical joker nailed his door shut. Bill, he figures. Ted shambles down the hall, rubbing his temples.
Jesus, my head. Oh.
He makes a quick pit stop by the break room to chug a bucket of water and say hi to his buddy Paul. But the break room looks different. The walls are made of frosted glass, covered with digital displays. And just Ted's luck, someone has removed the water cooler. Worst of all, there's no sign of his best friend Paul.
Huh. Where the hell is Paul? Oh, yeah. Honeymooners. How cute. One of these days, Paul, bang, zoom, right to the moon.
Per usual, Ted creeps into the Monday morning meeting about 20 minutes late. He falls into a free seat in the back and tries to look like he gives a shit about whatever CCRP does. A scientist stands at the front of the boardroom, giving a presentation. Behind her is a huge holographic display showing a metallic humanoid skeleton.
This synthetic life form will completely eliminate the need for a human workforce. It will be compliant, efficient, and, given our database's genetic material to choose from, aesthetically pleasing as well.
The scientist waves her hand. On the holographic display, skin wraps around the robotic frame. It now is an exact double of Emma Perkins.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. You guys are making a robot that looks like Paul's wife? Oh, you guys are sick. I like it. I guess there is a robot you can bone.
Everyone in the room stares blankly at Ted. The scientist clears her throat, unamused.
Well, it's an android, and that's not its purpose. Do you hear that, everyone? Look, no employee of CCRP will be boning the synthetic life form. Okay?
Really? Really? Okay, I guarantee that that will be the first thing you guys want to do. Try to fight it all you want, but it's human nature. Build it, and they will come, right?
Okay, that's enough. Who even are you? What department are you from?
Tech support.
One of the other employees stands.
No. I run the technical department, and I've never seen this guy before in my life.
How did you get into the building? Scan his implant.
Two workers grab Ted and slam him against the conference table.
Hey, careful, dudes! I'm hungover as hell. You're gonna make me Ralph.
They take out a small device and touch it to the back of Ted's neck. It makes a long beep, and they stare at the readout, confused.
Huh.
What is it?
Must be a malfunction. It's saying this man has, no implant.
Dun dun
It's
dun.
impossible. Call security.
Hey, don't roughhouse me, all right? I'm serious about Ralphing.
The scientist takes out another machine, jabs it into Ted's back, and zap! A surge of electricity knocks him unconscious. Sometime later, miles beneath the Earth's surface, deep in the bowels of CCRP's Sector 19 headquarters, an urgent code black data transmission slides across a hollow screen. Something like surprise glints in the robotic eye of an enormous cyborg. Not surprise exactly. After all, he knew this day would come. Question was always, when? The man-machine looks down to his steel hand. A compartment in its palm opens to reveal the locket. For the first time in years, his reconstructed heart stirs with human emotion. The long wait is finally over.
Oh my god.
Back in the tech department, Ted sits in a sterile white holding room. Behind a two-way mirror, CCRP scientists scurry about, studying readouts and poring over reams of genetic data. The doors behind them slide open, and the room goes silent. Clank, clank, clank. Metal footsteps echo. A steel hand clenches into a fist. A robotic eye glows red. The head scientist gulps and looks up at...
Executive Kilgore.
The chrome-plated giant stomps toward the two-way mirror. The scientist follows, explaining...
We performed a complete genetic analysis, cross-referenced it with the company database. This is going to sound unbelievable, but this man is Fyodor Spankovsky, an employee that vanished without a trace 85 years ago. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. In 2019, this man's office was located directly above Laboratory C8, where CCRP scientists were conducting an experiment in time manipulation.
A successful experiment, it would seem.
We're still performing some tests. Right now, it's safest to keep this man in isolation. For all we know, sir, he could completely be radioactive.
Your tests are over, Doctor. I've waited long enough. It's time I had a word with Mr. Spankovsky.
Oh, God.
In his containment chamber, Ted reaches for a pitcher of brown liquid on the table and pours himself a cup. He takes a sip, then spits it out.
Hey, this coffee tastes like shit.
A nearby guard looks at him, confused.
What's coffee?
The door opens, and Executive Kilgore stomps inside. The guard bows nervously and hurries from the room.
Are the accommodations to your liking, Mr. Spankovsky?
Ted stares at the mechanical monstrosity.
What are you supposed to be?
I am Executive Andrew Kilgore, Manager-in-Chief of Sector 19. I oversee the operations of all CCRP facilities in the Western Hemisphere. I ensure production remains on schedule and enforce disciplinary measures. Here I am judge, jury, and at times, to my great satisfaction, executioner.
Okay, pal, it's not illegal to be hungover at work, okay? And I haven't read the Constitution in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's the right of every American citizen to whack off in their office whenever their door is closed, all right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Wow. Wow.
Yes! I haven't heard that word since the Great Crash and the subsequent buyout. You don't understand, Mr. Spankovsky. There are no nations any longer, only corporations. Are you aware what year it is, Mr. Spankovsky?
2018? No, 19.
You're mistaken, I'm afraid. The year is 2104. 85 years from the time you call home. Here, you are a homeless man, Mr. Spankovsky. You are the property of Coven Communications Research and Power. That means you belong to me.
With a roar of gyros, Executive Kilgore reaches across the table, clamps his metal hand around Ted's throat, and lifts him into the air.
100 years is a long time to wait for you, bastard.
Ted's finally starting to get the feeling that maybe he might be in trouble.
Please, don't hurt me.
You don't remember me, do you, bastard? Perhaps that means it hasn't happened yet. For you. Perhaps there's still time to prevent it.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You know what you are, bastard. You are the key.
Kilgore drops Ted, and the cyborg stalks around the room with a clank, clank, clank.
85 years ago, CCRP sought to unlock the power of Tanoi Coraxes, the bastard of time and space, the weaver of impossibilities, a lord in black. To control the power of Tinky is to control time and space itself. They thought the experiment a failure, but somehow you have been touched by Tinky. Perhaps the temporal rift opened in your office. You have been aborted from the flow of time. You have become a time bastard. And somewhere in your genetic code is the secret to your power.
Kilgore holds up his robotic hand. Its finger splits apart to reveal a hellish assortment of surgical scalpels, razor-sharp blades, and whirling drills.
I will unravel that secret as I dismantle your DNA, strand by strand. You will suffer as I have suffered. Now, you shall remember me, bastard.
No! Ted grabs a chair and hurls it at Executive Kilgore. The chair's leg knocks loose a tube from Kilgore's rebreather. Oxygen spews from the wriggling piping as the cyborg falls to his knees, gasping. From the door, 3 guards rush inside. Ted grabs the container of brown liquid. He splashes the first guard in the face with it, smashes the pitcher over another's head, and kicks the last one in the balls. He bolts out the door. A guard races to Kilgore and reconnects the loose tube.
He's a wily one. Sound the alarm. Stop that bastard!
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
The alarm blares. Ted races through the halls of CCRP, running for his life.
Shit.
At every workstation, the CCRP employees open their desks and reach for their laser pistols, plasma rifles, and disintegrators. Ted reaches the end of a hall, rounds a corner, and comes face to face with 50 CCRP employees, armed to the teeth.
Oh God. Oh God. There he is!
They open fire. Ted dives behind the nearest cubicle and rolls under a desk. All around, laser blasts fly through the air. Ted stays low, crawling from one desk to the next. During the shootout, the horde of murderous workers lose track of Ted. They scatter in every direction. Ted leaps from his hiding spot and slams directly into the guard he kicked in the balls. The guard grins and removes a device from his pocket. It's a flat rectangle with a big red button on top. He points it at Ted.
Prepare to be disintegrated, asshole!
But before he can press the button, a metal hand grabs him by the back of the neck and hurls him across the room.
No, you fool! His genes must remain intact!
The device goes flying from the guard's hand. Kilgore rounds on Ted. He stomps toward him. As he does, his robotic arm transforms into a mass of spinning blades. Ted falls backwards, screaming in terror. Kilgore is 10 feet away and closing, blade arm extended, ready to rip Ted to shreds. There's no hope, unless Ted's fingertips brush against the device the guard dropped. He points it at Kilgore and slams the big red button. A glowing dot appears on Kilgore's chest. It looks like a cigarette burn. It smokes slightly. That's all. Just when Ted is thinking he picked the shittiest weapon ever invented, Kilgore stops dead in his tracks and howls in pain. The cyborg convulses uncontrollably. Ted watches his metal feet turn to ash. The disintegration is not instantaneous, but once it's started, it cannot be stopped. Process begins at the bottom and works its way up the body. Kilgore can only watch, screaming as his legs crumble apart. Then his stomach,
oh my God.
then his chest. The last thing he sees before his head collapses in on itself is the face of that bastard. All that's left of Kilgore is a foot-high pile of dust. Ted wipes sweat from his brow. He laughs, kisses the disintegrator, and shoves it into his shirt pocket. Then the elevator dings. Before it can open, Ted races to his office, slamming the door behind him. From inside, he hears two employees step off the elevator.
Hey, where'd he go?
Ted listens in terror as their footsteps get closer and closer. The two employees are right outside his office.
Let's check in here.
The door latch starts to turn until... No way! I'm not going in there. That place stinks like 80-year-old jism. Let's check the break room. Ted hears the two wander off, then lets out a huge sigh of relief. But he's not out of the woods yet. He paces his office frantically, trying to piece it all together.
Okay, there's a temporal rift in my office. So my office is a time machine. Okay, think. What did I do last time? I was sitting in this chair. I was printing. It took forever. 85 years. Is that it? Is that all I have to do?
Give it a shot.
Focus on a time and I'll go there?
Ted jumps into his chair and closes his eyes.
Okay. 2019. 2019. Back to my life. Back to my wonderful, lonely, miserable life. Wait. I've been aborted from the flow of time.
It all clicks into place. If Ted is dealing with some tricky-dicky time travel stuff, then he's also looking at the possibility of different timelines. And that means his vision at the wedding wasn't a dream.
I was with Jenny last night. Only in a timeline where I didn't screw everything up. A timeline where we got married. Oh my God! I can go back to 2004! I can fix it! I can fix things with Jenny and then it'll be my wedding!
Ted leans back in his chair and closes his eyes.
Okay, gotta get this right. October 17th, 2004. October 17th, 2004. October 17th.
But there will already be a Joey there. So he's gonna have to like kill 2004 Joey and assume his life.
He's fast asleep.
Maybe. That's Back to the Future rules, at least.
Excuse me.
At the sound of a voice, Ted's eyes flutter open.
Huh?
A mild-mannered man in a dress shirt and a tie stands at the door.
What are you doing in my office?
What day is it?
October 17th.
What year?
2004.
Ted looks around at his office, only it's not his office anymore. Framed newspaper clippings hang on the wall. Ted pushes past the man. The building is bustling with people frantically typing, yelling back and forth about getting the scoop. Ted turns to see huge letters hanging on the back wall. The Hatchetfield Gazette. He remembers now. CCRP wasn't even here in 2004. The building was home to the old newspaper, which means he's done it!
It worked! It worked! I am the time bastard!
But...
Elsewhere, in a tiny studio apartment, a shy, sensitive college boy named Teddy pours himself another drink. He looks in the mirror, trying to build up the nerve to finally do it.
Huh. Man, I should go over there. I should tell her everything. Yeah. Don't be a baby, Spankovsky. You're not a teddy bear. You're a lion. Okay.
Teddy looks at the drink in his hand. Then he asks his reflection.
Am I too drunk? Or not drunk enough? What do you think, pal?
Teddy watches as another image of himself steps into view. This mustached Ted answers,
I think I'm not gonna let you fuck this up.
Teddy blinks at his double stupidly.
Whoa, I am way too drunk.
The older Ted grabs his younger self and holds an ether-soaked cloth to his mouth. The college boy's eyes go wide, then roll back.
Stand aside, little boy. Let the Casanova of Coven Communications, Research, and Power take it from here.
With the young Teddy out cold, Ted has plenty of time to set things right. He's older, wiser, with years of experience in the art of seduction. Jenny is as good as his. But first, he needs to prepare himself. As he does, he recites the invaluable lessons he's learned. He scrubs in the shower, repeating,
Lesson number 12. Wash the butt and balls.
Once he's toweled off, he irons his trousers.
Lesson 46. Dress to touch breasts.
When he's looking real sharp in his signature ensemble, he runs a comb through his mustache.
Lesson 95. The most sensual part of a man is the bush brush. Oh yeah, just beat the devil out of it.
But he didn't have that last time that
Get ready,
Jennifer saw
Jenny.
him, right? So
Daddy's
she's gonna
coming.
be all like, "Where'd the mustache come from?"
Later, a few blocks from Jenny's apartment, a young man named Andy strolls down the sidewalk with a spring in his step. He's been seeing Jenny on and off for a while now, but he's ready to take things to the next level.
No.
In one hand, he holds a bouquet of roses. In the other is a black box.
Oh, Jenny, Clivesdale is our oyster. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am excited.
Then Andy hears a voice from behind him.
Hey, dickhead.
Huh?
Andy turns around just as Ted smacks him across the face with a crowbar. Andy falls to the ground, jaw broken, left eye filling with blood. Ted crouches and rips the flowers from his hand.
These flowers for Jenny? How cute.
He tosses the bouquet into the gutter.
You're not taking her to Clivesdale this time, pal. What's this?
He pries the small black box from Andy's grip. He opens it.
Is it a key?
Inside is a silver locket. Ted laughs maliciously.
A necklace! How pretty!
He tosses the locket. He leans down right over Andy's face.
You stay away from her. Jenny and I are gonna be happy. I know. I've seen it. 'Cause I'm from the future, dude. Look at me. I want you to remember this face. My face. I am the time bastard.
He stands and leaves the boy there, bleeding on the pavement. Andy watches Ted go, not knowing his name, but swearing vengeance in his mind and wheezing.
Bastard.
A few streets over, Jenny is penning the hardest letter she'll ever have to write.
So that's why the time bastard is
Teddy,
going to kill him 85 years
Andy's
in the
asked me
future.
to move in with him.
It was that grudge that he never let
I
go.
said yes.
He,
Not
Andy,
because I want to go to Clivesdale.
is
Fuck
Kilgore.
Clivesdale. It's just seeing you every day, knowing you don't love me back. It's too painful. I'll probably never see you again, but I want you to know that you were the best friend I ever had. I love you, Teddy. Forever and always. Jenny.
She wipes tears from her eyes and seals the letter. She throws on her coat and walks to the nearest mailbox. She turns the envelope over in her hands. She wishes she didn't need to go. She wishes Teddy were here with her right now. But he's not. She opens the latch on the mailbox and drops the letter inside. As she does...
Jenny! Jenny!
Teddy?
Ted comes running down the street. When he reaches her, he leans on the mailbox, catching his breath.
Hey, babe.
Hey yourself. Babe? Is that a mustache?
It's called a bush brush. It's the most sensual part of a man. You'll find out why.
Listen, Teddy, I just sent you a letter, but it's cowardly. Maybe I should just tell you how I feel.
He puts a finger to her lips.
You don't have to say anything. You can tell me all about it. With your body.
Wow.
Ted, you're acting different.
You bet your ass, which I love, by the way. I always wanted to say that.
Okay, why are you talking like such a horny bastard?
Because that's what I am. That's what I became. For you. You chose the pushy asshole, so I became the pushy asshole. That's what you want, right?
No. I don't know what's happening right now, but you're not acting like the guy I'm in love with.
She backs away, a blush forming on her face. She was so rattled she actually let it slip. The L word.
Sorry. We're both acting weird right now. I gotta go.
No! I lost you once. I'm never gonna let you go again.
He grabs her wrist.
Please, Ted.
She pulls free and pushes him. Her hand bumps something in his shirt pocket. There's a small click, a flash, and Jenny's eyes go wide. She lets out a small whimper.
You fuck!
Ted looks down to see the glowing dot on Jenny's chest, like a cigarette burn. It's smoking. There's a hole in his shirt pocket from where the beam burned through. He forgot it was there. The disintegrator. Jenny must have hit it, and it hit her.
No, this damn thing!
He takes the device from his pocket and smashes it on the ground. Jenny looks at him, terror in her eyes.
Teddy.
The only girl Ted's ever loved falls into his arms as she starts to disintegrate.
Teddy, it hurts.
The process begins at her feet. They turn to dust, then her legs and her waist. Tears stream from her eyes.
I'm scared, Teddy.
Please, no. No, 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 no.
She's now just ahead, staring into his eyes. Her last words.
Teddy.
Then her head crumbles too. And the love of Ted Spankovsky's life is nothing more than a pile of ash on the pavement.
Jenny. Jenny! It's okay. I can fix this. I have a time machine. This is fine. I meant to do that. I'm the time bastard. I can fix anything.
Yeah, but this is
30 minutes later,
before.
Ted busts through the back door of the Hatchetfield Gazette building.
It's not gonna work
He rushes
because this
up
is
to his
before they were
office.
doing the
Well,
experiments.
what one day will be his office. He sits behind the desk and closes his eyes.
Okay, take two. I just gotta go back 4 hours. I'll meet myself here, kick my own ass, and stop myself from fucking it up with Jenny. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is easy. I'm good at this. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago.
Ted forces his heartbeat to slow, and with some effort, he sleeps.
Excuse me?
Ted's awoken by a familiar voice. Again, the mild-mannered man stands at the door.
What are you doing in my office? Again.
Wait. Again?
Outside, the morning sun shines over Hatchetfield. On October 18th, 2004, the man turns to his colleague.
Hey, that guy's back in my office. Can we get security up here?
No. I did everything right. I sat at the desk. I concentrated on the time. Why didn't it work? It should be 4 hours ago. My office is supposed to be a time machine.
Not yet, Teddy Bear.
The mild-mannered man is gone. The goat costume thing, the lord in black named Tinky, now stands in the doorway.
Not yet? What do you mean, not yet?
Oh, use that pea-sized brain, Ted. The experiment happens in 2019, Einstein. That's not for another 15 years!
Oh, shit. I went back too far. My office isn't a time machine yet.
It was a one-way ticket, you dumb fuck!
No! I can't be stuck here! In 2004? I hated 2004! Oh god, I can't be stuck here!
You're not stuck here, Teddy Bear. You're stuck in here.
Tinky holds up the yellow cube from before, the one Ted had unwrapped at the wedding, the bastard's box.
It's Tinky's little toy box. Can't you hear yourself in there? Screaming and screaming and screaming!
Ted can hear himself. Ted can hear the screams of all those who had been born and lived and died, and yet had also never existed at all. The cries of the infinite and the impossible spill forth from the bastard's box as it slowly creaks open. Ted gazes inside, and his mind is shattered. All he can do is scream. No one else at the Hatchetfield Gazette sees Tinky. All they know is that a strange man who broke into the building 2 days in a row started having some kind of a fit. A security guard escorts Ted from the building.
And stay out!
Ted stands outside, shivering. After his peek into the box, his mind will never be the same. He is broken, shattered. He speaks with a thick, awkward voice.
Don't leave me out here. It's cold out here. It's so cold.
He looks to a pile of trash. There's a few pieces of clothing sitting on top.
Oh. A coat. Oh. And a hat. Oh.
The homeless guy!
He pulls on the black beanie and the beige coat.
Now I just gotta find a home.
15 years pass. Ted has caught back up to the year 2019. Unfortunately, he never found that home. In fact, the now 50-year-old Ted is simply known around town as the homeless man. He spends his days begging for change on the streets.
Spare change for the homeless? Or spare change for the homeless?
A couple walks by, hand in hand. They avoid eye contact and try to rush past.
Sorry, we don't have anything.
Paul?
That's how he knows
It
that
is.
Emma was the
It's Paul.
cyborg.
They were best friends once. And Ted recognizes the woman Paul's with as well.
That's the fucking robot we're gonna make. I gotta warn him. I gotta warn Paul.
Days later, at Paul and the imposter Emma's wedding, homeless Ted bursts through the doors, yelling,
Liar!
What?
I said you are a fucking liar! You think I don't know? You think I don't remember? I've seen the plan.
You aren't Emma Perkins!
Tom gets up and takes his arm.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Get off me! Where are you taking me? That's not Emma Perkins! That's not Emma! Should I train for the homeless? That's not Emma!
Tom escorts the homeless man out. The younger Ted watches them go.
What a loser.
A week later, the homeless man sits alone in an alley, sipping from a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Fuck Paul.
Then, in a flash of yellow light, he's not alone.
Huh? What are you doing here? I told you I don't want to see you anymore.
What is that?
He stands in the alley staring down at him.
Tick-tock, teddy bear. Your time's almost up. You'll be in the bastard's box real soon.
Ted covers his eyes with his hand.
No!
Tinky laughs and laughs and laughs. Then, silence. Slowly, Ted removes his hands from his eyes. Tinky is gone. Instead, two figures stand over him.
Huh?
It's Robot Emma and Paul 23, knives in her hand.
You almost ruined our wedding, bastard.
Stab! 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 Life leaves Ted's body. But don't be too sad. He still lives on, in a way. After his physical death, Ted Spankowski finds himself trapped in the twisting, impossible maze that is the bastard's box. For him, Nightmare Time has only just begun.
Oh, what a twist!
He likes to nibble around in your pocket. If there's an apocalypse, he'll survive it.
Oh, he's your guy if you ever need one.
He's pocket-sized if you ever see one. He's at a meteoric rise. Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel.
Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel. He climbs up and then he climbs down.
Oh, he's your pal when you go on adventures. He's your food on the ground when you're looking for treasure. Aren't you glad you found Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk? Do you want him to?
I don't know.
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
What does he say?
I don't know.
He fell into a townie's arms. The town was charmed by him. So charming. He grew inside our hearts as he leapt from limb to limb.
This just in.
Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel is talking.
He's a sentient being.
What do we do now?
Where do we go from here?
What is the next step?
Is there a god? Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel. He likes to leave poops in your shoes. Oh, he's your guy if you ever need one. He's pocket-sized if you ever see one. He's at a meteoric way historic rise. Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel.
Oh man. Oh, that was everything I wanted. Wow. That was so well written. Oh my god. I mean, I know I shouldn't rank these stories because there's no reason to, but like I loved the last one, but this was like everything I love in sci-fi and nothing that I dislike about sci-fi, all in the same show. Oh my god. And the twist. Oh. Okay, wow. This was spectacular. I just love twists so much. I can't fucking handle it. This was phenomenal. This was so good. I guess first got to talk about Joey. Joey is great. Joey is incredible at making the asshole still seem likable, which is really hard to do. But like when he was at the wedding, like the first wedding A, and he was being all sleazeball, super just gross douchebag, and then he goes into the forest and he has that conversation. It's like, oh my god, where he talks about Jennifer. Complete 180 on the character. I'm like, oh man, I feel really bad for this guy. And then he goes back to the wedding and he continues to be just a prick. It's walking a fine line, and Joey Richter does it so well. And just in general, Joey did such a good job with that character. I mean, he was so frustrating, like that character. But, oh man, like he literally had everything. He just didn't know how to read the room. Like when he went to Jennifer, he should have been able to tell after that first sentence, like, hey, maybe this like sleazeball persona that I've adopted over the last 15 years isn't the best way. She doesn't seem to be responding well to it. It's like he knows that Jennifer is in love with her. He saw, like, this is future Joey. He has the knowledge. That's like the easiest time, like, ever, like, she's in love with you. Just go and be like, hey, I'm in love with you too. Let's, get married. Let's, start dating, whatever. And same with the boardroom. Like, if he just would have been like a fly on the wall, just sitting late in the meeting, just hanging out, nobody really would have said anything. I'm sure eventually he would have been caught, but oh man, so frustrating, but expertly acted by Joey. And really in these, like, maybe not in all of the Nightmare Times, but definitely in this one so far, like, this is just Starkid having fun. This is just Starkid just having the time of their lives. Like, hey, what should we do an hour on? Oh, that homeless guy and the guy who didn't like musicals? Let's do his entire backstory. By the way, he's Ted from the future. Oh, what? That sounds awesome. Let's do it. And then let's go ahead and tie it in with Forever and Always. Like, what? Having Paul and Emma, or Paul 27 and the Emma cyborg, just stab him to death there in the forest? Oh my god. And then send him to the cube, which I can only imagine that, like, everybody that Tinky does this to, when they die, they just get trapped in the cube. Is that what you guys are getting? That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm going to go with for now. I am excited for the future of merchandising that is coming from Starkid, or from Nightmare Time. We've got the Tinky doll and the Blinky doll to go along with, obviously, the little monster from Black Friday. What the hell was that thing called again? Wiggly. There we go. So I'm excited for those to be available for purchase. I would imagine it's got to happen. And how cool for Nick Lang, too. Like, he loves to, like, make puppets and make these things. And now he gets to make them, and they sell out immediately. Like, people are buying them. As, like, a puppet maker, that's got to be awesome. That's got to be so cool, so rewarding. But Tinky did eventually say that it was, like, it's a one-way ticket, which isn't necessarily true in my eyes. Like, going back to try to win Jennifer's heart absolutely was a one-way ticket, but I mean, he could have went forward and back in time as much as he wanted to, right? As long as he never went farther back than 2019? Question mark. But I guess he really wouldn't have been able to satisfy, like, his mission in this show, which was, like, the entire reason he went back in time, which was to obviously get married to Jennifer. But oh my god, this was great. And Jeff playing a villain, just like Sweet Tooth and Holy Musical Batman, always just so much fun to watch. That villainous smile, that's just absolutely fucking terrifying. Jeff plays such a good villain. And it was nice to see him actually in, like, a decently sized, like, bit in this. I feel like in all of the past ones, or stories 1 through 3. He was there, but he didn't really have like a big part. So that's always cool to see. I still haven't seen Dylan really do like a whole lot. So I'm excited. Hopefully he gets like his own big show. But man, God damn, this was so good. It's had so many different layers, so many different stories, so many different timelines, so many different twists. Oh. But what do we think, though, about young Jeff Blim, Andy, I think his name is, growing up to be Executive Kilgore? I feel like it only makes sense, right? Like, oh, remember this face? And he clearly remembered it for 85 years. Or actually, I guess 100 years, because it was 15 years prior. Whatever. Math is tricky. Do you guys think that's true, or is that just me being kind of crazy? I don't know. Let me know what you think, though, down in the comments. This is probably my new favorite Nightmare Time segment. God, I'm a sucker for a good twist, and it was so expertly written and so well done. Nick Lang, you are a fucking genius. You are so good at what you do, and I can't wait to see more. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me. And I will see you all in story number 5 very soon.